Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to NBA 2K23. Today we are back with Friday content reaction, and oh my god, I don't think we've ever seen something quite like this for the All-Star break. My goodness. Now, in past 2Ks, I don't think they've done anything like this. I think this is the first time, and man, they really needed something like this because the mode right now couldn't be in a worse spot, but we've already talked about that. They keep trying to shove these celebrity cards down our throats in Ruby form, and just no one's taking it, no one's buying the bait, and then we get some bullcrap promo on Tuesday. We're getting the worst of the worst super packs, just nothing was going right, but then they dropped this. Well, and things started looking a little bit, there ended up being a light at the end of the tunnel. Well, this could definitely draw a lot of people back, and I assume it will. This will get the people opening up their credit cards and their wallets and all sorts of things, and well, 2K has found the light, and this is how you do it, folks. This is how you do it. This is how you get people back into my team. So, what are we talking about? Boom, All-Star 2023, 22 Galaxy Opals, folks. You got Team LeBron and Team Giannis all in Galaxy Opal form, and then the two captains themselves being our introductory to the Dark Matter cards. Now, it'll be very interesting to see if those are lock-ins or pullable cards themselves. Looking at it looks like a set, and then you lock in for those pieces. That would make the most sense, wouldn't it? It would make the most sense. It would get the most money out of you. That's what 2K is ultimately doing here, so I wouldn't be shocked if those are reward cards. Granted, it doesn't say that they're reward cards on there, but those could all be minor adjustments they could make at the last second. But, I'm hoping they're in packs for your guys' sake, but if they're not, I don't know. There's going to be a gatekeeper here, and, well, I guess what we're going to do in this video is there's a lot of cards. Obviously, I'm just going to go which ones are going to be the best cards from each set, and then from there, we'll see what happens. We'll see what we got for tomorrow. So we're going to start off with Team Giannis. Who did we get? We got Jason Tatum, Drew Holiday, DeMar DeRozan, Julius Randle, Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, Bam Adebayo, Tyrese Halliburton, Joel Embiid, Jaylen Brown, and Donovan Mitchell. Now, immediately, the worst card from this set right now looks like Donovan Mitchell. Just because we already have a Galaxy Opal Donovan Mitchell, and I don't know that they can really add too much to him that the other one didn't have prior to really make him that desirable of a card. But you do notice he's a 98, 90, 97, so I do think he will be better, but I don't know, maybe he gets a slightly better release, but even then, we are really past the stage of the smaller point guards, and him being only like 6'2", I definitely see him being one of the worst ones. Jaylen Brown, I think, will fetch a decent price. I don't think he'll be over a buy now, where he could be. I don't know. It really depends on what they do with some of these stats. I could see him being very similar to like a Scottie Pippen type tier card. Just because he's around the same stature, kind of does the same thing as Scottie Pippen. He's like today's age of Scottie Pippen, to be honest with you, and Jaylen Brown, so that could be a nice card. But seeing it being a little bit cheaper, Joel Embiid, he's a center. Centers always go for a little bit more. And granted, we didn't get a lot of centers. There's not a lot of good centers in this. So Joel Embiid will probably fetch a price. Probably in the higher hundreds, low 200s if I had to guess. Tyrese Halliburton, not a big name, but a great card nonetheless. I think he'll be a good budget point guard for most. Yeah, I don't expect him to be too much. I'd see him being at the lower spectrum of the tier, lower 100Ks, maybe even a buy now. Bam Adebayo, do I even need to say anything? He will be one of the worst pulls that you can get. Unless they do something crazy to his animations, pending that, we already have this card, and I don't see him getting much more, and I don't even like the card that we got. Like I said, they'd really have to beef up some animations in order to make him good. I see him being another low tier buy now or lower 100K card. Kyrie Irving, probably a buy now if I had to guess, just because smaller point guards are not very favorable right now. I don't think even with them being smaller, adding super crazy badges or animations will really save them, but I do think he'll be a fun card to use. It's funny they didn't put him. Didn't they have time to hurry and mock up getting him into a Mavericks jersey? I guess not. But yeah, I think he'll be on the lower spectrum. Kevin Durant will probably be one of the grand gate. If this is a reward set, will probably be one of the gatekeepers, the Grand Chapapos. This one's going to be expensive, but with them cutting off buying MT, or to some extent, because I'm sure there are plenty of people still out there buying MT, because I don't think people realize that once they ban your account, you can make a new account and like get your team back for $60 instead of paying $100 for a pack opening, folks. I don't know that they really take that into consideration. And I wonder, because I heard a stat that there's 51% more players playing My Team this year. I wonder if that's because of all the new created accounts that are being made. But we'll have to talk about that another day. Kevin Durant's going to be one of your gatekeepers, and he's going to be, I don't know, we didn't even get to that. Like I said, without buying MT, you would think he'd be in the higher echelons of like an $800 million MT or million MT card, but now maybe being somewhere in like the 4s to 6s, somewhere right there, 400, 600K. Julius Randle probably be a buy now, not going to lie, undersized for the position. Not a super popular player in the NBA. I mean, he's got a fan base, but not like that, so he'll be a cheaper card. DeMar DeRozan could be a little bit more expensive. I see him being not a buy now, but probably in. It really just comes down to how pullable these cards are, too. DeMar DeRozan probably being, if I had to guess just right now, not seeing the pull rates, probably in the mid 100Ks, low 100Ks. Drew Holiday will probably be a buy now. He'll be a good card, don't get me wrong. Drew Holiday and DeMar DeRozan will both be good cards, but probably towards the, like I said, I could see Drew Holiday definitely being a card that is a troll card and that he could be a buy now, but probably will still be a good point guard like a Gary Payton type. And then Jason Tatum, we already have a good Jason Tatum. I don't know that he could get much better. Maybe he's not as expensive, so maybe towards the lower 200K. Higher 100K. Like I said, just depending on pull rates. I think Kevin Durant's obviously the big one out of it. And then Giannis, I mean, clearly, if he's pullable, he's probably going to be 800K a million. But how are people getting 800K in a million? Like to see some audits on those accounts, right? How are they doing that? Okay, Lord knows, unless you're a sniping addict, and you're not, I mean, even if you've done a login every day for 200, I mean, you're barely at, like, 30K with all the logins. I'd like to know how people are making that kind of MT, huh? Okay. All right, moving on. We got Team LeBron. If him and Giannis are pullable, like I said, 800 millions. Again, how did they get the millions? No one knows, but they'll be up there. Taking a look. We got Shea Alexander. I could definitely see everybody loves this diamond card. In fact, I still use this diamond card. I wouldn't be shocked if Shea actually fetches a fair cost, like higher 100Ks, lower 200Ks. I could definitely see him being one of the best point guards in the game. And he's got, he's swaggy enough. I think people enjoy using that card that he could definitely be up there. Damian Lillard, buy now. That's a given. It's undersized. Yeah, there's just nothing there. Paul George, I really enjoy his new pink diamond card that came out, but that does say small forward, power forward. So that's interesting. I'm going to say upper 100Ks, mid 100Ks for Paul George, just because we've seen a lot of him lately. Same with Zion, kind of around that same maybe 150, 200K, maybe even lower, just because, again, Zion is undersized, 6'7", so I don't know there. Jaren Jackson Jr., that could be a good one, but he kind of reminds me, he's kind of in that same realm of a Bam Adebayo. Like, people enjoy him, and he's an okay card, but not a lot of hype around the name, so definitely see him being a buy now, if not very close to a buy now, 100K, 120K. Lauri Markkanen, this card has been super underrated. Actually, I don't know. A lot of people like Lauri Markkanen cards. I hope they speed up his shot, because if so, he is going to be one of the top power forwards in the game, in my opinion. I love Lauri Markkanen cards. I think if you don't know about Lauri Markkanen yet, you sure as hell will here in a little bit, as you'll see a lot of people using this card. I wouldn't be shocked if he was one of the better cards in like the 150, 170K range. John Morant, I wouldn't be shocked if we saw him in a buy now in a lower 100K, just because we've seen him, have him, smaller point guard. Yeah, I mean, everyone loves him, but he's going to be in that lower tier in the price range, if you ask me. Luka, it all depends on animations. If they boost him up, he'll be expensive. I could definitely see him being in the 400K with good animations, without probably in still the low 300K, high 200K, somewhere around there. Steph Curry, seen it, been there, done that. Don't know much what they can do to make him much better. Wouldn't be surprised if he was in that, like I said. I mean, being Steph Curry, everyone kind of pays for the new one, so I wouldn't be shocked if he was in the 200Ks, but wouldn't be shocked either if he was in the lower 100Ks. I don't think he'll be a buyout just because of the name. The next name will, even though I don't think he should be. He's been killing it this year, but people just don't know who he is. He's on a team that doesn't get a lot of TV time, and, well, Yeah, I think he could be a good card pending animations. 97 Sabonis. For the Kings, that team has just been a sleeper all year. Somehow they're in the upper echelons of the West, and you just don't hear much about them. I mean, I don't even think the TV stations knew they were going to be this good this year. And this Sabonis guy has really been, got to be one of the most underrated players of all time, and he's just been absolutely killing it. And I think this is like his second or third appearance in the All-Star game, if I'm not mistaken. So, I do think because he's not a well-known name, he could definitely be a buy now. And Jokic, if they do this man right, could be one of the top centers in the game, but they usually don't. But if they give him the Dirk treatment where he usually sucks, but then they make him great, he could be one of the best power forwards in the game or centers in the game and could be absolutely glitchy. He could be definitely in that 400K territory. But I do think your gatekeeper on this one is going to be a Luka. Could be a Sabonis if they glitch him out, or even Shea. If that, yeah, one of those three has got to be up there, just because I think they're going to crack Shea out. They could crack Jokic out, and they could crack Luka. And then LeBron, if, like I said, if he's pullable, somewhere in the higher 800 to 1.2 million. But if not, then it'd be interesting to see what the set locks in to get all this. It's probably going to be close to 2. Hey guys, need cheap MT? Check out A6K.com. They're safe, they're reliable, and with my code Richie at checkout, you can get 5% off. Go get the cards you really want to lock in for one of these guys if they are a set. So from Team West, again, the top cards are going to be Shea, Luka, Jokic. And from the East, the top are going to be Kevin Durant being number 1. Number 2 probably being Joel Embiid. And number 3 probably being Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown, if I had to guess. But hey, those are my predictions. Those are my thoughts. I do think this is going to be a great content weekend. However, if the pack odds are not decent, and I mean these guys are pretty pullable, oh man, heads are going to roll. Things can't get much worse in this community, man. They just can't. So, and I hope for your guys' sakes they keep the pack odds pretty good. I do think they will be pretty decent, but don't be shocked if they're more in the 6% range, 7% range, and not quite that 8%, 10% range that you saw before. Like I said, people are getting unbanned. People are scared of buying MT, and now they're starting to gauge people back into their wallets. But like I said, there are people that are going behind that, making new accounts, not afraid of the ban, stuff like that are still out there getting things done. So that's why you're still seeing those higher auction prices, guys. If you think you've been scared, trust me, there are plenty of people that bite the bullet and just make new accounts and then just buy MT all over again and don't care about the bans. So you got to think about that stuff, and you're wondering why there's still high card prices out there. That's just what's happening. That's just what's going to happen, and it's going to keep happening until there. Like I said, the buying MT thing is not a fixable thing. It's just not. If it was, then Madden's would be gone. FIFA's, like, it's a problem in every mode. It just always has been, always will be. There's just no fix. There's just always a way around it to get those guys in there. So, something to think about there when you see those higher card prices and how they're doing it. That's just what happens. So, other than that, I do think this is a 10 out of 10 promo. Not going to lie, but like I said, it all comes down to execution. Do they get the good animations? Are the pull packs there? Are the pull rates there? I guess there's only one way to find out. Let's take a look tomorrow, Friday, and we'll, I guess, open some packs and see what happens. So, other than that, I think this is absolutely phenomenal. The best promo 2K's probably ever done. And I have to tip my hat to them. I think they did good work here. So, been a rough week, been a rough couple weeks, and it's good to see that they're headed in the right direction with this promo. But they got to use this momentum to carry this into the future weeks, because it could go back downhill in a hurry if they don't. So, other than that, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this little bit of a overview. This will probably a longer video, but that's because there's a shitload of content. So, I had to go over it all. I had to share my thoughts, my feelings, my expressions, my words. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you made it this far, hey, why not? Leave me a thumbs up. It helps the channel out. Seems more people get the eyes on the channel. And if you subscribe, well, then you get an extra gold star from me. Other than that, I'll see you tomorrow, and hopefully we get some good gameplays this weekend. Until then, Richie Nation, party on.